Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap. We're going to start with Bitcoin number 1, followed by Ethereum, XRP, Solana, BNB, Dogecoin, ADA, and then we end with Tron. And number 10, let's get straight into it. BTC against USD. Oh boy. So BTC against USD is still above the skinny pink line, which means that BTC is still in a bullish trend. Could we still go higher? Yes, so we could. But if you were to switch up to the monthly, right, highest time frame, you will see that this is a shooting star. But before the shooting star, there was a big green candlestick. And after that, in January, we closed with a green body as well. So I'm like, normally when you see a shooting star, right, this should be signaling the end of the bullish trend. But where is the end of the bullish trend? Right, this is not a bearish candlestick. Right, we will be expecting a red candlestick, but it's actually a big green body candlestick. Not exactly big, but like, okay. Anyway, zooming down to the weekly, you will see that there's a shooting star here. Again, there was already a shooting star here on the monthly. We got a shooting star on the weekly, so now it's like, okay. From a chart pattern perspective, this is a right shoulder that we are expecting. Right, this is a left shoulder. Head. Potentially a right shoulder appearing here, and then pump, we zip lower. Right, so that's the expectation that we have for BTC. And if we were to zip lower, how much lower could we zip down to? Yeah, again, to this area. Right, the upper edge would be around 74,000. The lower edge would be around 51,000. Anyway, if we were to reach towards 74,000, we're going to be hitting the skinny pink line. We're probably going to be going through the skinny pink line. And potentially this could be even more disastrous for BTC as it hits even lower, right? And this whole thing could also switch into a very big head and shoulders as it drops even lower. So the possibility still remains that Bitcoin could be going on a bearish trend. Once we cross the skinny pink line, that's it. It's bearish trend for BTC. But right now we're kind of, in the daily time frame, we're kind of going sideways. You feel like we're going sideways. So I'm like, that's a strange part. Anyway, if we get a right shoulder over here, well, we're leaning towards the downside for BTC. Ethereum against BTC is very weak. It's very weak. But we're anticipating these two clusters of cells to be taken out. At least this one. And we are almost there. Almost there. And again, we have been in a downward trend for a very long time. Since 2022, right? Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Even this is a lower high from here, right? 2021. So it's just lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Yeah, your money would have done much better being in BTC rather than being in Ethereum. How much lower? Yeah, again, these two clusters of cells are expected to be taken out. Moving up to the weekly, you will see that this is potentially a symmetrical triangle in the making, right? Potentially A, B, C, D, E. So again, the question we always have is how much lower are we going to go? How much lower? How much lower? My guess is we're probably going to clear these clusters of cells first. And then we might muck around a little bit before reversing back up. Just like what happened over here way back in 2019. We zip lower, we mucked around a little bit. And after that, we rose. And now we're coming back down. So this is good because this is a very, very large squeeze that's happening. So once Ethereum breaks out, that's it. Sayonara. Sayonara, bitches! Ethereum against USD. Here we are for Ethereum. We are on a weekly, still above the skinny pink line. Ethereum, just like BTC, we're also expecting a right shoulder to appear. The thing about Ethereum against USD is it's clearly already under the skinny pink line, so we're leaning towards the bearish side of things. We were already under the skinny pink line here, but there was a surprise zip back up. But then we got pulled back down. So I think that the whales are going to pull the price lower for Ethereum towards potentially 1,003. We're expecting these clusters of cells to be taken out. So this will be around 1,003. Should we bet the house at the 1,003? I don't know. We shall see. We shall see if and when it touches 1,003 once we clear these clusters of cells. We'll see what happens over there. But as it stands, this is a long way down and there could be some profits to be made, right? Volatility is the lifeblood of a trader. XRP against BTC. XRP is also not really looking that good. There was a big slice down over here. But in terms of chart patterns, we don't see it on XRP BTC. Of course, if we get something like a rising channel, right, or we get a mountain range, something like that, yeah, potentially lower as well. You can also cut through the wick over here and assume that this whole thing could also be a head and shoulders, something like that. XRP against USD on Bitstamp is also the same thing. Again, if you look very closely, there are two classes of oh, no, there are two noisy areas over here. One is around 140, the other one is at around 120, right? So if I were to be going long, right, if I wanted to go long for XRP, I will wait for this area to be hit, right? Upper border is around 125, lower border is around 106, somewhere around here. We're probably going to clear these classes ourselves. That's my guess. That's my guess. We don't see the chart pattern yet, but these are very interesting levels to be looking at, right? So yeah, keep an eye out on these levels. They're interesting levels. This will be around 126, I would say. So in my opinion, I think XRP could be heading lower, right? Because this is just a higher high. So higher highs are usually marginally higher highs are usually a bearish sign that things could be reversing. But yeah, again, if this were to be an ABC, we'll be waiting for the B to form, then we come back down for a C. So where is the B? We're gonna take several days, weeks even, before a B appears for XRP. Sol against BTC is also not looking good. Sol against BTC, we're anticipating a right shoulder over here to heaven. Right, left shoulder, a sudden zip up above the skinny pink line, but then it got slapped back down. So potentially a right shoulder for Sol BTC, and then yeah, much lower for Sol BTC. How much lower? My guess is we're also gonna clear these classes ourselves. It's very, 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 very juicy. So this would be at around 6774, somewhere around there. These levels. So yeah, more downside. We're already under the skinny pink line. And if we form a head and shoulders right under the skinny pink line, yeah, this means that much more downside is coming on for Solana. Against USD, same freaking thing. A right shoulder is expected. However, we could also take a trade for Sol. There are two levels to look for. One is the 0.5 level of the Fibonacci retracement. The other one is the 0.618. These are two levels that you want to be looking at. So Solana could either hit 0.5, form a right shoulder, or it could go slightly higher towards 0.618. If it goes here, I'm expecting all these classes of buys to be taken out before it forms the right shoulder. So it's going to look something like this, right? Something like this. So probably by like, I don't know, April, I think by April, we should be seeing the right shoulder complete. March maybe. Yeah, this is the expectation for Solana. Should we see a right shoulder? So yeah, maybe you could polish your shorting skills, right? Just a little bit, and you could learn the ins and outs of how to short, right? That would be amazing. And we're already right at the skinny pink line. So I'm leaning bearish for Solana. Truly bearish. How much lower? Again, same thing. Pull the Fibonacci retracement up from the bottom. Either 0.5 or 0.618. Either one. So if it were to be me, right, I'll be expecting 0.618 to be hit. At least 0.618. But in any case, there's a noisy area over here. And you also have to look at the BTC pair as well. So my guess is that things are going to be really bearish for Solana. Potentially towards $31. We're at $200. 200 to 31. This is going to be an 84% decimation. Potentially, right? So we are standing at the edge of a potential zip down for Solana. It's just not looking good. So stay safe. Just stay safe. BNB against BTC. There was a sudden rally that came in. I don't think this is going to amount to much. This is what you call a dead cat bounce, in my opinion. Could we go a little bit higher? Yeah. This whole thing could become a descending triangle. It could fall even lower. So yeah, best thing could happen is we zip a little bit lower, get a lower low, right? And then yeah, potentially a reversal. But we're expecting a lower low for BNB against BTC. BNB against USD. BNB against USD. Here we are. Yep, we've invalidated the upside targets. So we're just gonna revisit it one fine day later, somewhere in the future. We've already crossed the skinny pink line, so more downside is to be expected. Yes, there was a sudden rally. I don't think this is gonna last. Any chart patterns for us to work with? Not really. If you get a mountain range over here, then yeah, more likely than not, we're going lower for BNB against USD. How much lower? We're probably going to clear these classes of cells and this one as well. So bringing us down to potentially $350. Right now we're at 600. So yeah, this could be brutal. 40%. Not as brutal as Solana, but brutal nevertheless for BNB. Dogecoin against BTC. Dogecoin against BTC is also under the skinny pink line. It's not really looking that good. Again, I still think that there's more downside to go. We're probably going to clear these clusters of cells. So look out for this cluster of cells to be taken out. Probably 194. Right now at 258. So this is still another 24% to go. The thing about Doge against BTC is, if you look very closely, it's a lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low. Right. So it's still largely in a downwards trend. We would have loved it if Dogecoin, stayed above here, right? What I mean by that is, yeah, this would have been awesome. Would have been a squeeze, but it's not a squeeze. Not a squeeze. Maybe you could squeeze here. So we don't know. We don't know. We're not too sure for Doge BTC because there's also a noisy area over here. So there's also danger that Doge could hit much lower. Right. The moment we take out these lows, right, we're probably gonna go here. Probably gonna go here. So yeah, be careful. Be very, very careful about rushing into a long for Doge against BTC. Against USD, we still look pretty good. We're still above the skinny pink line. But we're kind of closing back the gap. Right. There was a long gap here, and now the gap is so short. It's not good. So potentially, yeah, much more downside for Doge against USD. My guess, again, just like all the other coins, is that Doge is coming down for a wave C. We're probably going to get a D and E and then pump. We break out 2027, maybe? Late 2026. So there could be, something interesting coming on for Doge against USD. But as it stands, it's not looking good. So, if anything, we could rally a little bit higher. But I suspect that this will, end in a mountain range variety as we continue lower for Doge against USD. ADA against BTC is also not looking good. ADA against BTC has zipped lower. I still think that we're going to come back down to clear these clusters of cells. Eventually, one fine day, eventually, we're probably going to come back down here. So, yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking too good. My hope is that we don't clear this downwards area here, these clusters of cells over here, because this will break the squeeze for ADA BTC. We have been anticipating a very nice big squeeze for ADA BTC. Will it happen? Again, only time will tell. ADA against USD. Here we are for ADA USD. We're also crossing the skinny pink line, which is not good. How much lower could we go? My guess is 40 cents. 40 cents. We are at 69 cents right now. And if you zoom into the smaller time frames, it looks like this is a falling channel. Yes, ADA could still head higher. Yes, sure, of course. But if you get mountain ranges, then yeah, more likely than not, more downside for Cardano, right? This was a rising channel. Previous trend, bearish. Subsequent trend, bearish. So are we gonna get a bearish chart pattern over here? Or are we gonna start developing bullishly for ADA? Maybe we rise up a little bit, get a inverse head and shoulders, and then ADA continues higher? Yes, no? Again, we're not too sure ourselves. So we're just gonna have to wait for the wheels of ADA to do their thing. And once we see some clarity in terms of chart patterns, then yeah, we could do something, but not at the moment. Tron against BTC. Still going sideways. Tron is pretty strong though. So Tron has been going sideways for a very long time. It has not been collapsing or anything. It feels to me like a very big squeeze that's happening for Tron. Right. Feels like a very, very big squeeze that eventually could result in a very big push higher. So I'm not too sure what Justin has, what magic Justin has. I feel like maybe this could involve the Chinese government. Maybe? Yes? No? Not too sure. We're not too sure. Tron against USD is still largely above the skinny pink line. Whew. And this is a falling channel. Falling channels usually break higher. So I suspect that, yeah, Tron is probably going to clear all these clusters of buys. This high, this high, this high. Yes. Probably going to zip higher. That's my guess. So, yeah, but if we were to zip higher, and if we were to come back down and form mountain ranges, Tron will probably be going lower. So it depends on the chart pattern that we get for Tron, right? But right now, I think that's there could be more upside for Tron. But again, I wouldn't be going long for Tron, not at this point of time. So stay safe, boys and girls. All right, boys and girls. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Ta-ta.